Hello everyone! Welcome back to Prevent-A-Thon 6! If you really enjoyed that Voyager the arcade game run, we've got another equally fun run for you on a console you probably have not seen before, because this game is on its own dedicated console, and I put that in quotes, because you'll see what I mean real shortly here. But just a quick blurb before that. Again, we're running in support of Little Warriors, and we appreciate every donation towards Little Warriors, but we also appreciate spreading the word of this worthy cause. If you're on social media, you can also help out by sharing our social media posts and getting the word out about this event and Little Warriors. You can type !socials, SOCIALS, in chat to get links to Prevent-A-Thon's social media. So, for example, on our Bluesky, we've been sharing clips and posts of all of the runs today and on the previous days as well. You can go comb through those if you want a sample of what we've been running so far, and get hyped on social media and Bluesky for all the runs that are coming up later today, so go give that a check if you haven't done so already. But with that being said, I think we're ready for our next run here of Naruto Ninja Taikan Story Mode by DBK. Let's hit the ground running!
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Naruto Taikan Ninja Taikan Datte Bayo. This is the Naruto Ninja experience, and I have summoned the strongest warrior of the Leaf Village, Waposa-san, to help me with commentary today, because I will be moving my hands a lot, and I'm going to show this off real quick. These are the scanners right here. So this is the console, the dedicated console, and I'll show it at the end of the run. It's a specific box that uses some special lasers, and I think it's infrared, or it's light sensitive. So I have to be careful about how close I am to the machine and how far away from the machine. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the settings set up while Waposa-san introduces themselves and tells you about what you're going to see in the...
Yeah. Sounds good to me. I'm Waposa, and I'll be commentating. I'm the Naruto lore master, but also slightly accommodated with what this game has to offer. I did a commentary run with DB on another run of this for Sasuke. It was a pretty quick run, but I think it was the more meta run. It was, at the time at least, the most sensibly routed and what we deem to be the most sensible for going through the game the fastest. To my understanding, today will be decided on through a bid war which character will play. DB will play, which will be interesting because each character has their own eccentricities, we'll say, and some incredibly less effective than others. The Sharingan users are 100%, from what we can gather, the best. So, to my understanding, we've decided we know the character?
It is Naruto.
It is Naruto today.
It is unlocking Naruto.
10 minutes to the ETA. For some reason, he is the slowest. I don't know if that was intentional. It's part of the game. He's got his own quirks, but to my understanding, he sees the most content. He's got a lot of the most mini games, I think, in his story.
Yep.
A few other things.
You want to get started? You want to get to the honors?
Yeah, yes, rock.
All right, you do the countdown.
Okay, on go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, let's start. Okay, so like DB was saying, this is basically the closest thing to being an actual ninja in real life. So if you want to play a Naruto game where you're the most immersed, you're going to have to track this down. Good luck with that, it's not going to happen, but maybe if you're lucky. It starts off in a questionable state. It's hard to exactly gather where lore, like canon-wise, you are in the game. So at this point, you're doing ninja training as Naruto against kind of nameless mooks, which will come up a lot, sort of in a weird way of like padding. Despite the game having like a lot of content that they could have put in there to pad it out more interestingly, but they sort of save it for a lot of these other modes, which I'm guessing is to do with the like external card game aspect, where it's not like a game, but you could buy these physical cards that would like unlock characters, or to my understanding, like other parts of the game, at least expedite the process. But yeah, so most of the game is this like shuriken, like mutual tossing that you do basically. This exact part here is a bit of a unique fight, the leapfrog as I like to call it. This doesn't happen too much, but it is basically the whole game you could kind of describe as an auto-scroller, but each sequence is more or less more or less control. It depends. Certain sequences can be abused a lot by particular supers. The Sharingan characters have a really, really good utility super that makes this a lot more easier. Naruto is kind of screwed to my understanding. He's got Rasengan, I think he has Harem Jutsu, I'm not sure what else, but nothing of too much consequence, sadly. This is a super that Kakashi is doing, so it's kind of interesting that the characters, whether you're fighting them or you are them, they have similar supers both ways. The problem with supers is that it's like they stop time, they're not. Sometimes they can be quite devastating, it kind of depends. Most of the real devastating stuff is the melee attacks or certain characters' specialty kunai. They have some really devious ones. Kakashi isn't too bad. His lightning blade just kind of takes a wee bit of time to deal with. The big problem with supers is that they can joust you. There's also a mutual system. It's very fair, where if you do a super, the other character can just say, "No, I'm doing a super," and then if they do a super, you can do a super, and your meter gets like basically wasted on that, which is problematic. You just gotta hope. Rock Lee is interesting. He's as a playable character, very underdeveloped in a lot of ways. He does not perform especially well. He's very unique, as he should be. But in a game, as you can imagine, spamming sort of projectile jutsus or very traditional like energy orbs or just throwing kunai. This guy with his taijutsu, it doesn't exactly translate well when you're playing and getting stuff done fast. Because a big problem with a lot of the supers is they're single target, and a lot of the fights are multi-target. So if you're fighting one guy, it's all good if you do like a super damaging super, but if you're Rock Lee and you just spend like 15 seconds charging up your hidden lotus just to hit like Sound Ninja number 5, is ultimately a waste of time. And you'd much rather have Sasuke just freeze the screen and build energy all at the same time. It's quite thematically appropriate, really, which is the theme of the show, where certain characters are just born better than others. But you know, we gotta believe in us.
By the way,
even if Naruto is born with not so good supers, who can still win?
We got really good RNG. We actually got healed.
Yeah,
we got healed. Sakura.
Was that by Sakura?
Yeah, never happens. Very clip worthy right there.
Yeah, I was just gonna bring it up. That is absolutely amazing. Yeah, so the assists, as we'll call them, the support characters in the bottom right, are demonic, absolutely demonic. They just sit there like 90% of the time, like with that smirk grin on his face, like, yeah, scaredy cat, go get Orochimaru. But it's like, bro, help me out, man. It's really bizarre how often they help you. And I think we found out that they have multiple assists. Like they can do, like Sakura has another one where she doesn't heal you, which is not good. But when she does heal, it's great news. So the fact that they bothered to give them sexy harem jutsu, I should have looked at the health bar, I missed it. I'm not even sure if it does.
It does a pixel. It does literally a pixel of damage. It does 1 pixel of damage.
I wonder if that was meant to be. I think we theorized before certain characters might be more, like if you ever had a Jiraiya boss fight, like perhaps he would take heavy damage. That would be like very good fan service.
Give a counter to here.
Yeah, I remember Orochimaru. His swords are the main problem, aren't they? Oh my god, wait, Uzumaki Barrage?
Yeah,
that was damage.
That was damage.
I see the vision. I like how long he sat down there. He was actually like, wow, that was embarrassing. This is a little child and I got wasted. That's right, big man. Naruto's a little warrior himself, God bless. Oh, we get our dialogue and then we get to go. We've kind of speed run through the story. Yeah, now I need to admit, so that Orochimaru fight would have been at least translatable to being the fight with Sasuke in the Forest of the Youth. The lore and canon in this can get pretty strange. Like they either give or take away certain characters in sort of hard to understand ways. Like you'll have support characters that just were not there, or you'll not have support characters that were there. The game can feel kind of like weirdly hostile in terms of story, where it's like an almost even more tragic version. Naruto's kind of alone. But, Sasuke's version was, I think, a bit more even more diced up canon-wise. I think perhaps Naruto gets a bit more of the actual content. This is interesting. I don't think I've seen Kiba because he's not in a lot of the other fights. He seems to have mostly reasonably easy melee supers, so nothing too destructive.
Yeah, we didn't really practice this together because not only is this the longest run, but the difficulty spike in this, even on the easy difficulty, is tremendous. It's like...
And you've got to understand the logistics of this game, guys, where it is like, it's a plug and play, it's a bloody effort. Really, oh, here we go, this is my favourite. See, this is a great example. This, it's a real ninja training, it's like, I have the easy job of just being support ninja, whereas, DB, this is like, basically the real thing. He just learned to walk on water. I don't know if you've done that. It's actually harder than it looked.
I forgot that many games in there.
Yeah, no, I remember it. I'm glad you got to see it this time. It wasn't in the other stream, but it is absolutely classic. It was just like 2-frame animations across the thing. Oh, here we go. Also, good on Naruto for learning the projectile Rasengan, which is, I don't think he learns that till maybe even Boruto. I think he... No, he does the wind style Sharingan, but they're a bit different. But I know his son throws the little ones. But man, in this game, he's just absolutely outclassing him. He's just throwing 3 at a time. I don't think Jiraiya had that down. He'd like big ones, but that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, I don't ever remember this.
This is like when he meets Jiraiya in like the bathhouse with his Pokemon woman. And then he just like reluctantly trains him. He does not learn the Rasengan, I promise you that. He learns to run on water. It's actually quite hilarious. Because he learns to walk on water eventually, like through this kind of endurance round progress. It takes quite a while. But then in the game, just hilariously, he's like, alright, first try, and then sprints there. Amazing. And then he's already throwing bloody trios of Rasengans over and over and over. This is also the first time we've got one of these tutorial items, I think. There might have been one with Iruka at the start, but these are quite devious, where it's, for some reason, they force you to like learn a super by just doing the same super you've like kind of already done like 6 times in a row on a timer. It's very bizarre. Good to see Niji. Yeah, so they have all these characters, and a lot of these characters have fights, but for whatever reason, in certain other stories, they just do not put them in. And at the start, I was like, oh, they just mustn't have a Niji character or a Naruto character. Like, at the end of, what's his name, Sasuke's story, he just doesn't fight Naruto. Because a lot of the stories end with question mark Sasuke. And I thought they could just make question mark Sasuke fight Sasuke, that would work fine. But no, that's a good animation. Bloody, Niji sprints at you, man. If you don't lock him down, he comes. Strong guy. And so those blue like waves, those are parries, like to deflect it's very specific timing. It's a really not enviable position to wave your arms like that, hoping that any eye toy or whatever you call it is gonna pick it up. You could basically assume the positional control you have to maintain for the light sensors to read your movements. Consider that chakra control. It's very, very similar to that. So, oh yeah, what's it? Oh, is that gonna be the disrespect super at the end? Finish the chunk off the lot. That's what he gets, man. This is a bit of a power trip. All the Japanese children playing this back in the day, they would have felt really relieved to find Choniji who's boss.
Got time for a quick message here?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, sure, for sure. I forgot about that. Absolutely.
Yeah, no worries. We have $15 from Mr. Hyper Aware, who says, "You don't have to be a superhero to keep kids safe." Thank you so much for those $15, and that's right. I also wanted to welcome all the raiders who came in towards the beginning of this run. Hello! This is Prevent-A-Thon 6 in support of Little Warriors. If you're interested in donating, you can type !donate to send in some money and a message of your choosing, which we might even read out on stream here. So, let us know how the run's going, let us know what you're interested in, and how this marathon has been going for you. Welcome on in.
Yeah, welcome on, guys. See, that was a big raid. Hell yeah.
Thank you for the raid.
Thanks so much for the donate. It's great to see you. Yeah, no, feel free to interject at all if it's a good time to, because yeah, it's pretty. The run's pretty similar during most of it. There's not too much to miss out on. It can definitely be caught up with my timing. So no, cheers for that. That's great. So here's when we get into a bit of the padding nameless moot fights. Before we got a bit of excitement where we got the, how would you even describe it? Like vertical leapfrog fight, and then we go immediately into a horizontal leapfrog fight. I don't know why Shikamaru and Sakura are the particular teams here. This is presumably as soon as the, what do they call it?
No.
The sound village like insurrection they do against the Leaf. Shikamaru is there. I don't think he's with. No, I don't even think Sakura's with. No.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Naruto's in the forest. Yeah, he's fighting Gaara, and then like Shino kind of shows up and tells him, "Sasuke, don't do it," and he's like, "I'm gonna die." And then Sasuke kind of fights him. It is once again very bizarre lore to this game.
Really?
Gaara's a funny character to play too. I think we came to the understanding that he was the second worst behind me in terms of like, speed to beat. I think he's got
What's going on?
He likes his unique kunai, doesn't he? Like his sand bullets. Yeah, that's right. He's like sand, hilarious, like almost spiky balls. As we all remember from the cartoon. Good times. Sort of like a tiny shuriken beside the portrait of Shikamaru. I just got on my sister he was helping out or whatever that means. It gave you some ammo or something. Who knows? If anyone wants to become like the ninja master of this game, I'm sure there's like endlessly unfound content, because honestly, discovering half the stuff in this is just like a waiting game where you hope that the character like gives out their super or their assist, or just plays nice. I'm going to get into this stream. He's not nice today. He's got his clones out. Yeah, I remember Gaara, it could end up being quite a difficult roadblock. This is on normal, isn't it?
This is on easy, but even then, if Gar doesn't send out his sand double, he's invincible, so it's completely... This fight can go really long. That was pretty good.
Yeah, thank you, Gaara. No, 100%. So many of the fights are very up to the attitudes of the characters. It's one of the benefits of the nameless moot fights is they kind of... They let themselves go. They let themselves die. You can kind of just take them out as side characters. But the other characters, they want a lot of screen time. They know they're getting streamed. You know, the developers, they knew this was going to come. They were waiting for the speed running potential. That's why it's all built like this. When is this? I also like that they haven't put in the Shikaku boss fight of the One Tail. I guess this is after the... See, this is interesting because we've skipped the Sasuke fights. Because I don't think he trains with Jiraiya until... Maybe we still have the retriever there. Surely. I'm sure they just threw in one more Jiraiya. This is just a traditional Jiraiya, it's not like an actual training or anything?
No, this is just traditional fight, I guess.
Just a fight, yeah. Because some characters, they get put to the training mode.
Oh, get stunned.
Like trash bin. Oh, you got it? Oh, but is he... No, sorry.
Off screen.
Yeah, so sadly, there's these cool effects and like items you can get where you can get a freeze or like a heal. The problem with the freeze is really good, but the problem is you can get it during the frame of their animation when they're teleported, and that just means they're in the bloody shadow dimension with Yu-Gi-Oh! And you can't hit them, so sad hours. I want to get the Itachi fight. Yeah, coincidentally, when you play Sasuke, no Itachi fight. Don't know why. Wait, no, is it? A few of them end with the Itachi fight. No, yeah, I think Sasuke ends with the Itachi fight and then just gets nothing after. Whereas the other characters get the whole retrieval arc.
Which one?
Which you could add debate that Sasuke doesn't do a whole lot in the retrieval arc, you know, he's in a box. But when he comes out of the box, he does fight Naruto, who's the main character, and who has an animation set in the game, so bizarrely. Maybe it was like for brand, they didn't want the last fight to be fighting the main character, hurting him or something, I don't think so. There's some other reason. If only we could ask. That's why we have to get this game's reputation up, so we can finally get some developer interviews or something.
Do you like how Jiraiya has done absolutely nothing, by the way, this whole fight? Like, he did nothing,
Yeah.
not even like a kunai.
Well, that's just canon. Once again, that's canon. I don't think he's meant to be here. He's probably like, am I supposed to be in this fight? I'll watch it. Because you realise like, if in the show they had all these fights with just the teachers, it's like, well, Jiraiya probably just handle it. He could just cover it. But usually they're just off on a mission or something. I don't know where Jiraiya was. Probably not doing a lot of devious things.
You gotta love the RNG of the freeze item appearing a second time during the run, again at the
Yes.
end, right when I don't need it.
Hanging out on the screen. That would have made the scene in the anime a lot better, I think, if there was a floating in-game, like video game pickup spinning around, scroll, that no one took notice of. I think there was a missed opportunity. They were probably trying to say that in the story. This is like Naruto, but they wanted to redo it. So, you know, there's some mistakes, not ideal always in the anime, a bit of padding, and you're like, well, give us a try. What if it was a motion control light gun game, essentially? And here we get to use if you couldn't find throwing trio Rasengans like 6 times in a row to learn to do that entertaining, well, now you get to throw one 6 times in a row.
And
I love that the time is like horrible.
I need chat to help me build the Rasengan.
Yeah, like it's the same input as like several of the other supers, the water game. Oh goodness. Well, I'm sure on the advertising they said train like Naruto, learn the Rasengan. Oh, gotta put it on. But the weird part is like a lot of these things are like mini games. They actually have some like fairly entertaining mini games they've made. There's like a target practice and a few other little things. But they choose to pad the story modes with like the most uninteresting parts, like the silly training modes, or just like instead of a mini game, they're like, do another nameless mook fight. We need some more sound benders. And it's like, well, you know, leapfrog's cool and all. It can only be entertaining so long. But the good part is that Naruto seems to be a lot of the leapfrog ones, and they're a bit easier. A lot of the other characters get these just horrible, just like 15 guys in this traditional fighting screen here. I didn't even know Tsunade was in this game. What the heck? It's just so curious they didn't go for a more like, oh, we'll just let the other characters fight for fun. Because like, there's enough abridged like aspects to the game in terms of the story. They may as well have let Sasuke like fight Tsunade or fight Jiraiya or something. You know, why not? It's just a weird like refusal or like commitment to the canon when it counts, but in then all these weird ways. You know, oh, who cares? I'll put Shikamaru on the bloody Sasuke fight or whatever. That's interesting. There's like a unique kunai I saw too. Seem to be just one. Usually the bad problem characters are guys that like spam like a trio of kunai or anything like that, like just split in a row. Good defense against the gunk. I guess we should describe some of the. I should describe some of the actual mechanics here. Red is health bar, blue is ammo for the gun.
The gun.
There's a secondary meter. Yeah, for the gun. But there's a secondary meter for the super. And that's really about it. It's kind of pretty self-explanatory. That's not bad damage on that big Rasengan. Not bad, maybe so. But yeah, it's just like, it's with the Sharingan characters, there's definitely just more like intrigue to playing as them, because there's a bit more tech to their super. Like the Sharingan super is basically just a freeze item pickup. But the cool thing is you can build more meta when you're using it, and it's like an interesting, you know, you gotta physically be very active and be like, oh, I want to get my meter up while they're freeze, so you'll do more attacks. Whereas most of the other supers are just like single target, some of them are just jokes, like the harem super, so it's like, you go through all that effort, it's just nothing. And then we've just got these stand-in block supers, which is, I used to know that builds meat, I think. Because Orochimaru's like biggest problem is the sword spam, which he hasn't done too much of. He's just jumping around. A lot of leapfrogging in the game.
Would now be a good time for a couple messages?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, thank you, thank you. We've just opened a couple of new incentives for you all. So we have a bid war for Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro coming up in an hour or so here. So that bid war is already heating up. We have $15 for Spider-Man 2099 and $10 for Classic Spider-Man, but there's also Alex Ross, Prodigy, and Symbiote Spider-Man if you want to get in on that bid war and determine which costume will be run during that run. Additionally, we also have a Donkey Kong Bonanza any percent bonus game incentive opened up. That's actually a milestone, so every single donation you send in will be put towards that. So if you want to see more Prevent-A-Thon and more Donkey Kong Bonanza, all your donations will go automatically towards that. It's a 2-for-1 deal. You can put it in towards a costume of your choice, and then it'll also automatically go towards Donkey Kong. So we look forward to your donations there.
Big year, fun stuff. Go for it, lads. So we've beat Orochimaru. I've kind of lost track of like where the story is. Though I'm gonna honestly give myself a break because this game is very dubious with where the story is in its own right. And now Sasuke's like, well, okay, hold on. So I guess this is like, so they had the Itachi fight. Orochimaru, I'm pretty sure that the character they're the most liberal with is Orochimaru. He shows up in some spots where he just should not be. I think there are like filler episodes where he like kind of has like a chat with Kakashi, and they're like, yeah, it basically means he fought Naruto, yeah, and he fought Sasuke and Lee and Gaara, yeah, of course, man. But they couldn't throw in a fight with Naruto and Sasuke. That would disrupt the canon. This is presumably the fight they had on the hospital roof, I'm guessing, when they had an argument about being strong or whatever. Sasuke, I don't think he is that strong. I think he's quite weak. And his demon mode version, was his demon mode version even weaker than his base version? Was that what it was, or was it the other way around?
No, the demon mode version is really, really strong. Because it shoots multiple kunai. It's not even the attacks, it's just the fact that in that form, his powers, like, he hits you with like 4 kunai and you're just done.
Yeah. No, exactly.
I guess that's canon.
Yeah, 100%. I guess. It's good that he's stronger. I'm surprised he is. Because definitely it feels like the character balancing is like almost unintentional in turn. Most of the characters that are bosses, like the bad guys, they do end up being stronger, but it's like, it's usually just because they have a weird kunai. You're not usually like a strange super. You're usually hoping they do the super to like pad time. Okay, now this is definitely the Sasuke retrieval mission. Or at least we can hope it is. Because they do have the characters that should be there, but that does not mean a lot to me. Now this is a fun way of portraying it, where they immediately go out and are jumped by like several adults. They just get wasted. Just one hit and you're down. The vertical leapfrogs are very funny. The sideways leapfrogs animations on the Sound Ninjas are incredibly comedic as well. But there is something just hilarious about you do these. Oh, already at Kimimaru, never mind, alright, forget it. So Kimimaru is one of the most annoying bosses. He has, so these specific kunai, like, if you can picture that, so...
What?
That pair, oh my
Why
God,
are you doing this right now?
Why is he doing it? Let's see, nice damage lead, he didn't even finish his primary lotus.
Oh, this is very bad.
Oops. You also gotta like this fight, where this did not happen in this fashion. You definitely were not playing with Lee and Gaara. That is they were fighting Kimimaru, though Naruto definitely. He showed up for like a minute and they went away. I'm pretty sure. I don't even know if Naruto did fight much. Either way, it's happening in this game. But yeah, Kimimaru. The real problem with him is those 4 like bone. Oh my God, he's going again.
I'm trying to use my super. He's actually messing. Like, he's feeding them. He's feeding.
He did finish the primary lotus that time. That was nice of him.
No, it's good. It's
yes.
guarded.
Oh no. But yeah, so those bone kunais he throws, those 4-1s, you can basically see how impossible to parry those are. Like the timing on it, it's like 3 frames and you're out, and you have to do a physical hand movement, hoping it tracks to parry. You've basically just got to read it like a fighting game, because there's just no way you're doing that in reaction. And it's the biggest problem. Oh, you're trying to get the skull.
Yeah.
You got it right.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
And he's down. Yeah, that was.
This is gonna be PB now. It's definitely gonna be PB.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah, there we go.
Oh my gosh.
Would PB not also just be world record?
Well, yes, for right now.
Ooh, world record, lads. It's for the gamers at home. You guys want to get you guys want to beat that yourself?
We just gotta get through this. We still have 2 more fights to get through.
Yeah, so time, that's at the end of Curse Mark Sasuke, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is, cool. Yeah, so Mini Sasuke, being here, done that. He's going to get folded. Just hope that he's generous with his supers and his Bowser Flame Breath. Good job. I don't think he's too many that devious supers, but yeah, a lot of this stuff is just hoping they don't do a lot of time. So like, yeah, those supers take a lot.
His level 2 is the devious super, where like it's impossible to block because it goes left and right instantly. You cannot move that fast, so it actually doesn't make any sense. They just gave him like a ridiculous super, and because for some reason Sasuke has the best kunai attacks in the game. Oh, are you giving this to me, game? Oh no, we're just gonna counter. Okay.
Very generous. Oh my god, he's going demon mode. He's going 9 damage. Yeah, no, some of these moves are genuinely impossible to deflect, it feels like. And I think the consideration we've got to make is that maybe they did make this game for actual ninjas, but they sort of died out by the time we're playing it. And it's not as practical anymore to perform ninjutsu, so you can't pull it off.
That's my first time actually using Night Tails ever. I never build enough meter for it.
As far as I know, it wasn't in the game. Alright, let's see. This should be. I'm guessing. Oh, time is on the. It's on the menu.
It's on the menu, yeah.
Yes. Alright, yeah. So Curse Mark Sasuke, classic Sasuke kunais, but on super mode basically. Oh man, he's getting bloody. He's getting.
We're stun locking.
Yeah, this is just. You gotta hold it. This might not look like amazing ninja combat. But this is what they do, man. This is the inner war. Oh, I forget that guy's name. Look at the frogs. Not before. But he is here to help. Gamma Bunta Clutcher.
What?
If Gamma Bunta can... Oh my god, they're coming in. He was not happy about the stun locks. But it looks like Gamma Bunta Naruto DBK'd. They folded him after all. He couldn't make it. Sorry, Curse Mark Sasuke, you're coming home to the Leaf Village. Gonna go to the bathhouse and relax. And there should be time coming up. I guess you'll know better than me. I'll leave it to you.
GG. That's it, that's time.
Is that a world record?
What was the time stop? What was the time? Were we sub 30?
It is sub 30, yes.
Oh my god.
It's a world record, baby.
That's a world
record. That's what we're talking about.
World record.
Yo, is real life training paying off in this game right now? I don't understand what's happening. So the game.
That's it. That's.
We got trolled. We got trolled very hard though, because it gave the scrolls at the end for stunning the enemy. At the end, like 5 or 6 messages at the end, it was just like, "Hey, there's this item you might get to see."
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that was devious. It's RNG, man. It's being a ninja. This is what it is. This is what it means. Play this game, you can be a ninja too. That's the message for all the fans out there. Great work.
Well, it was awesome. It was fun running this at the event. Thank you so much, Waposa-san, for coming in and being a great commentary. Our guide through the crazy, I guess, strange storytelling of Naruto, but I don't know. This game has grown on me, and hopefully everyone out there is kind of interested in these. We've been doing a lot of plug and play games recently. Next month, we'll be doing a lot more. There's still more coming up, though, at Prevent-A-Thon, so make sure you stick around. And when the VOD's up, share the VOD with your friends. Let them know. Say, hey, I saw this really strange guy in this goofy game at this marathon, and I'm sure it'll get some chatter going. Yeah, I've been DBK'd, and I was just happy to show off the. Oh yeah, let me show off the game. So this is the console, real quick, by the way. So as you can see, it's using a strange laser. And one extra thing is, if someone wants to route some special tech, your shirt can sometimes act. Actually, your finger can even work as a pointer if you're really powerful. Oh, there we go. See? Oh, so there's all sorts of hidden ninja techniques out there if you really are interested in routing this. Anyway, that's been it. Thank you again for making this extra special.
Heck yeah, no, it's been a bash. Really fun time commentating. I really hope we can do this again. I love to see Naruto. And there's always a surprise that so many mechanics I forgot were in the game or never saw in the first place. It's really cute.
What's the jutsu to disappear?
I think
this is just Kage no Jutsu.
Substitution.
This is just Kage no Jutsu. This is Kage no Jutsu.
Substitution.
Take us out of here. Tech team, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh no, I used Harm no Jutsu. Already changed the screen.
It's fine, you're good. Folks, give it up one more time for DBK-san and Waposa-san for Naruto Ninja Taikan. Thank you so much. Arigatou gozaimasu.